Hello, this is Billy Joe Saunders, WBO middleweight champion of the world. Subscribe to Sport and Icons to stay in touch with all the top news. God bless you all.
Right, so breaking news for you, literally just broke about 5 minutes ago now. And as I said to you guys yesterday, that Billy Joe Saunders will be defending his WBO World Middleweight title on April the 14th at the O2 Arena in London. Now, this doesn't say exactly where it is, but I believe it's going to be the O2, but if anything changes, obviously we'll all find out together. Now, his opponent, I gave you guys a list. Most of you guys weren't too happy with the list, but it did turn out to be one of the guys on the list, which is Martin Murray. So Billy Joe Saunders versus Martin Murray. Now, Martin Murray, he's one of these guys, he's had, 3 or 4 world title fights and got robbed a couple of times on them. He really did. But he's a very, very decent, stellar fighter. He's only really lost to world champions and, of course, George Groves. But George Groves has since become a world champion. Now, his last fight, he won back in September when he knocked out Tarosian in 4 rounds. And before then, he had a very, very dominant fight over Gabriel Rosado. And he did very, very well in that fight. It was a bit of a war, to be honest with you. Before then, he got a unanimous decision win over Lawal back in November 2016, and then previously lost to George Groves before then. Now, he lost a split decision for his last world title fight, which was for a WBO version of the super middleweight title over Arthur Abraham. He lost that on a split decision. For me, I thought he won that fight. I have to be perfectly honest. The other one he lost via technical knockout in round number 11. And up to this point, he was the only guy to have gone 11 rounds with Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. But he got stopped in round number 11, but showed real warrior's guts in that fight. And before then, he lost to Sergio Martinez. That was all the way back in 2013. And that was for the WBC and the Ring Lineal middleweight title. And again, that was all the way over in Argentina. He went there and he lost, but for me, he won. That's just my opinion. And he had a draw with Felix Sturm back in 2011, and that was for the WBA super middleweight title. So he's one of those guys where he's been given the world title fights, but for whatever reason or another, he's always just come up short. And for me, the only one he legitimately lost outside of George Groves was Triple G. Okay, George Groves, he wasn't champion at the time, but has since become the super WBA super middleweight champion. But now he's dropping back down in weight, and he's going to be taking on Billy Joe Saunders. I'm okay with this fight. Billy Joe Saunders, 2017, he had 2 back-to-back wins over William Monroe Jr., and then more recently in a very dominant display over David Lemieux over in Canada. So Billy Joe Saunders, for me, it's a very tough fight for him. It's a very awkward fight for him, but he's got the skills to keep Martin Murray off of him. But Martin Murray is a bullhorn. He will just keep on coming forward. So it's going to be a tough fight for him. I don't believe Billy Joe Saunders can stop him, but we're going to have to wait and see how this fight pans out. Now, some people are saying that Billy Joe Saunders has been taking on Triple G's leftovers, if you like, with William Monroe Jr., David Lemieux, and now, of course, Martin Murray. And I think he's just trying to prove a point that he can beat Triple G's opponents just as well as what Triple G can. This is a very good fight for me. I like this fight. I'm not against it. I'm really not. Out of the list that I put out yesterday, if I had to pick one, it would have been this one. Of course, we'd all preferred Daniel Jacobs or Charlo. But facts are, Daniel Jacobs, Billy Joe Saunders, they're never going to fight. Unless, of course, Daniel Jacobs becomes mandatory due to the broadcast oppositions with Sky Sports and BT Sport. That they're really not going to get it on. But also, on this card, you've got Terry Flanagan going up against Hooker. And that will be for the vacant WBO World Super Lightweight Championship. So again, another decent fight. Maybe some may consider that a co-headliner. But for me, Billy Joe Saunders versus Martin Murray, that's where it's at right now. It's confirmed. It's official. So it will be the lad from London, Billy Joe Saunders, going up against the lad from Liverpool, Martin Murray. Drop your thoughts below, click that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.